This is high.
This is high school basketball.
Here comes Potter. 3, 2. He's got to get it off. I don't know if he's got it off. He got it.
He'll end up right back into Dixon's hand. Dixon will find Martin on the three-point line, and Martin will hit it and tie the game. Adam Reek for the coach of Blue are trying to pump up his team as they trail by 11.
And with 3 minutes left here in the first, Snowflake's got a 1-point lead and the basketball. Crosby knocks down a 3.
High school basketball is presented by Sholo Ford on iTalk 1067 and online at iTalk1067.com. Produced by White Mountain Youth Productions in cooperation with iTalk 1067 FM. High school basketball is also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware the White Mountains, Black Diamond Auto Glass, Sunrise Park Resort, Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Deemer's Glass, Beeler Orthodontics, Summit Regional Medical Center, Octopus Car Wash, Native Grill and Wings, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. And now, Sholo Ford presents high school basketball.
One minute.
Thank you. Thank you.
I could do a scoring summary at halftime.
Sweet. You want to just do that first?
And fouls.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
Now the Falcons 28-37, and this is the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. And Sunrise Park Resort now skiing. They are now open. You can order, you can get the tickets, you can go in and you can pay, and you are now free to ski. We'll now turn the time over to Punk Cooley for our scoring summary, and we'll see what each player on the teams has been doing.
Okay, so real quick on the Sholo side, Devin Zatar, number 5, she has 4 points so far in the first half. Mackenzie Adams, the post person, she had 4 points in the first quarter, scoreless in the second, so she'll end up with 4 in the first half. Lisa McVeigh with 5. Brianna Cooper with 2 threes from the perimeter, so her total for the first half 6 points for Sholo. And then leading all Sholo scorers, the point guard, Shai Wheeler, number 12, she ends up with 9. A lot of those points off the fast break in that first half. So just doing an outstanding job for the Lady Cougars. And then on the Alchesay side, we have Arlana Henry, number 14, coming off the bench with 2. Texera Clisto with 2. Lainey Lupi with a 3 in the first quarter. Juliana Burnett with 4 points. Diamond Bahi with 4 points. Selena Henry with 4 points. And then leading all scorers in this first half, Yvette George with 4 3-pointers, and just here in the first half, and a couple of other shots and free throws as well. She leads all scorers with 18 for the Alchesay Falcons. So clearly, Yvette George, number 23 for the Falcons, she'll play down low. We've seen her take some inlet passes down low into the paint and do a good job there. And of course, with the 4 threes from the perimeter, she's definitely the scoring threat that Sholo's going to have to pay some attention to here in the second half. And then foul-wise, really no players in trouble with the exception of Felicia Suttle, number 10. She's one of the point guards defensively for the Falcons. She has 3, and then on the Sholo side, Mackenzie Adams with 2. So just those 2 players in any kind of foul trouble heading into the second half.
Awesome, thanks, Punt. And definitely Yvette George there with 12 points in the running for the Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store Player of the Game. Shia Wheeler also so far in the running there. Also the Deemer Class Man of the Game, the Big Man Award. Really, Mackenzie Adams working hard down low, but also for the Falcons, Arlana Henry, and also Diamond Bahi, really getting in there and getting boards and scoring consistently inside for the Falcons.
Well, you know, we've seen the Lady Cougars, the most success they've had really is, you know, penetration from the top or on their fast break. Again, Shai Wheeler, the big key there for the Lady Cougars. She's just creating a lot of opportunities by attacking the lane. She'll dish off. She's a good passer. But the same is true for Alchesay as well. They'll work the ball around the perimeter, find those post players dropping down from the top of the free throw line down into the key and get that inlet pass. But so far, the big difference, again, is just the three-point shooting by the Lady Falcons, which you would expect with this team. They like to shoot from the perimeter. They'll run the floor, and that's certainly what's held true in this first half.
And definitely there. So a great game overall by both teams. We got a close one here, 9 points, and it is 37-28 in favor of the Falcons. And we will... All right, and it looks like we will go to break. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
It's easy to see why the Ford F-150 is the #1 selling truck in America. For more than 40 years, no other truck has even come close. And Sholo Ford is hands down the best place to buy your next vehicle. Just take a look at Guy Hatch's promise. He won't be beat on any deal on any new Ford in the state of Arizona. And on top of that, you'll get a lifetime engine warranty. Go to SholoFord.com or visit them on the east end of the Deuce. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year. Sunrise Park Resort is open more days this summer and 7 days a week during July and August. New this summer is the Sunrise Zipline Tour. 6 lines of fast, zipping fun. Bring the family for scenic lift rides, mountain biking and bike rentals, a tube slide, airbag jump, climbing wall, and archery targets. Stay at the Sunrise Hotel or rent a motorboat or kayak at the Sunrise Lake Marina. Visit the general store for all your camping and fishing supplies. For specific days of operation, call 735-7669 or go to sunriseskipark.com.
Northland transforming lives.
And welcome back to the Sunrise Park Resort halftime show. Hey, if you're looking for an education, Northland Pioneer College is available. And when it comes time to kick off your college education, choose the college with the lowest tuition in Arizona, the lowest in the whole state. And we're nearing the end of halftime now. The Sholo Cougars hosting the Alchesay Falcons, and the end of halftime is about here. And we've got a close one. It's 37-28 in favor of the Lady Falcons, and really some exciting play here by a number of players. Punt.
Well, you know, we talked about the big scorer leading all scorers by a wide margin, Yvette George, number 23. She's one of their post players, but we've seen her drop out to the perimeter and light it up with 4 threes in that first half. So as we had mentioned at halftime, she's definitely going to be someone the Lady Cougars are going to need to focus on and shut her down here in the second half if they're going to stay in this thing.
For sure. And looks like the game is starting back up. Selena Henry passes over to George and eventually works its way inside to Juliana Burnett, who will put it in for 2 immediately to make it.
That's just good passing by the Lady Falcons, finding the open player in the middle of the key. And Sholo on the way back down, looks like they're going to call Wheeler for traveling.
Shy Wheeler there on the travel. Haven't seen that much. She's been taking care of the ball pretty well. Nevertheless, ball inbounded to Yvette George, who is our leading scorer at half. Selena Henry with the ball, number 3. She'll end up driving from the top of the key, puts up a layup, rebounded by Juliana Burnett, her second bucket already in the second half, and she'll be fouled. It'll be an and 1.
And they're going to call Mackenzie Adams for the personal against Juliana Burnett. Juliana just doing a good job of getting inside position on Adams. Takes the ball straight back up to the basket, will draw the foul from Adams, her 3rd. So the bucket is good, so opportunity here for a 3-point play. She does make the free throw.
And another 3-point play for the Falcons. Adams already with 3, and she does check out Cooper in for the Cougars. Pass over, but Cooper puts up the shot, but it'll be a miss. Yvette George with the ball, dribbles all the way down court. It'll be a drive, and she snakes through, but misses the layup. Rebound, Shy Wheeler. And she will bring the ball down for the Lady Cougars. And it looks like she'll pass over to Sandoval, who will be fouled by Diamond Bahi.
Right, Diamond Bahi playing defensively against Sandoval on that inlet pass. A great pass to find Sandoval. Bahi will reach in and be called for the foul, so an inlet play baseline for Cougars. Nice inbounds play, finding Brianna Cooper wide open for the easy layup.
And looks like Alyssa McVeigh there finding Cooper for a quick bucket. Falcons now with the ball, pass to the free throw line. Bahi drives from the free throw line and will miss the layup. It'll be out of bounds on the Falcons. And it looks like the Falcons will now go into a full court trap. A half court trap, and they will, it looks like Jalen Parker of the Falcons will tip the ball out of bounds. And looks like Alyssa McVeigh will be inbounding for the Cougars. out to Zitar, back up to Shai Wheeler, gives it up to her at the top of the key, and pass over to Brianna Cooper, also at the top, and it looks like Zitar will shoot a three, breaks it off the back of the rim, and Selena Cooper with the rebound over to Yvette George, and Yvette George over to Jalen Parker for three in the corner, just off. Diamond Bahi with the offensive rebound, and it'll be back up to Yvette George at the top of the key. Selena Henry now backed out, kicks inside to Diamond Bahi. A great move inside, also a great pass by Selena Henry.
Right, great pass to find Bahi down on that low post, and then she puts a great inside spin move on the defender to get the shot up. So the foul will be called. I'm not sure who they're calling that on. Maybe Brianna Cooper.
Brianna Cooper, I think. And
Bahi will make the first of two.
And that'll make it now a double-digit deficit, 43-30, and now 44-30. She makes her second free throw. Diamond Bahi, I think now with 6 points already in the second half, and quick scores, especially in 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Wow, really giving that Falcons some momentum here. Shai Wheeler with the ball, gets trapped up top, pass over to Kyra Viaba, and she will tip it, but not able to catch the pass, and it'll be a turnover for the Cougars. Ball inbounded to Selena Henry, takes it down the court, and she'll be at the top of the key, tries to penetrate, but it looks like it will be a little drive to the baseline and a basket for Jalen Parker. Another great bucket for the Falcons.
Just a great baseline move by Parker, as you say, with that pass, takes it down, finds open space, and puts up a nice jumper.
And after that jumper, though, Wheeler will push the ball over to Vitar, and Vitar now shooting two.
They're going to call the foul on Diamond Bahi, her second personal for the game.
Diamond Bahi there was with 6 points in the second half, but now picks up her first foul of the half. Vitar will be no good for her first attempt, and score now is 46-30 in favor of the Falcons with 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Vitar puts up her second shot, and it will be an air ball, and that means the Falcons will take the ball out. Ball inbounded to Selena Henry. Dribbles down the court, and it looks like the Sholo Cougars are going to try a half-court trap. And ball pass now over to Yvette George, who dishes inside to Juliana Burnett, breaking that trap and that press. And another good basket for the Falcons.
That's great work by the Lady Falcons. As you say, one driving to draw the defense, the other rolling off to join her in the lane, and a great pass to get to Burnett for the easy bucket.
And Vitar and no good for the three, but Yvette George will put up another three, her fifth of the game, 15 points now for her. And just like that, folks, it's a 21-point game with 4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Ball pass from Wheeler over to Vitar, who will drive, loses the ball, luckily ends up with Sandoval, back up to Wheeler. And it looks like it'll be a timeout.
Sholo's going to call a timeout here and try to gather up with that 21-point lead, as you said.
And it looks like it'll be a full timeout, and we'll break with them. This is Sholo Forward's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
You've been there, waiting forever at the gas station for the guy to free up so he can fill up your propane tank. Or worse, when the only qualified propane technician decided to stay home that day. Yep, you've been there, and I have too. That's why now I get my propane from Ace Hardware every time. You get Ace Hardware's world-famous customer service when you stop in for propane. That's right, you get in, you get out, and you get a great deal on propane and everything else. From Ace Hardware at their locations in Pine Top and Heber. Ace Hardware is proud to support White Mountain Sports.
Man.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. We're here in Sholo, Arizona as the Lady Cougars take on the Lady Falcons. And hey, if you have time, head over to Subway. Every day, get a 6-inch sub for $3.50 at Subway restaurants. And looks like the Cougars will inbound the ball. Kyra Viaba with the ball to inbound for the Cougars. And it looks like she'll pass out over to McVeigh on the baseline, and McVeigh will knock down another shot for the Cougars. And great play there, and it looks like the Cougars will try the half-court trap once again. Ball passed down, though, to George, and it looks like the trap will pay off for the Cougars. Adams back now in the game for the Cougars. Shia Wheeler with the ball. Both teams running that trap, and it looks like Burnett will tip the ball out of bounds. Great defensive play by Burnett there. And Kyra Viaba will inbound for the Cougars. She will pass into Vitar, who's at the top of the key. She'll dribble the ball over to the left, pass over to Viaba, and she will put up a three. No good. Tipped by Adams, but tipped out of bounds. So it'll now be Falcons ball. Into the game now for the Falcons. Tizira Litzo, number 20, and looks like, Litzo. Okay, and Felicia Suttle. But Adams now, looks like actually a foul by Adams as the Falcons inbound, and Suttle drives to the hole. She'll be shooting two. And it looks like Adams with their fourth foul.
Yeah, her first personal, so Sholo will sub for her right here.
Already she just barely gotten back into the game, played very limited minutes for the Cougars. And Alexis Allred will check into the game for Adams. Suttle now with 2 for 2 on her free throws to make it a 21-point game. The largest lead so far, tied. And Vitar puts on a nice move, and she'll get her own rebound after she misses her layup, and when on the putback, she
job by
gets the bucket.
As you say, just staying aggressive inside against bigger players and just goes at it, goes right to the basket to get that layup.
And Selena Henry with the shot, with the three-point shot, rebounded by Vitar. But they'll call it travel as she tries to escape there. A lot of contact. Lots of physical play in this game so far. Sorry, excuse me, Zitar. Keep saying Vitar. And Suttle to inbound for the Falcons. And it looks like Lainey Lupe will put up the three, but not rebounded by Burnett, puts it back up, and it will be no good. Rebounded by Viaba. Pass from McVeigh all the way down to Maya Gruder. A great pass from McVeigh, looking down the court, pushing the ball. That makes it a 17-point game. It is 53-36, and this is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
Welcome back to Sholo, Arizona, as the Lady Cougars take on the Lady Falcons, Alchesay Falcons. And Falcons have the lead 53-36 and really have just stretched out this lead. The second half was a 9-point game at halftime, but great performances by Diamond Bahi and Yvette George to continue to create an increasing lead for the Falcons.
Well, Juliana Burnett as well, number 25, her post play inside.
Excuse me.
Been getting a lot of inside shots, and again, Alchesay with their tempo has been able to extend the lead here in the third quarter.
And out of the timeout, Alchesay immediately runs a good-looking press break, which worked great, and it looks like a travel though by Suttle as she misses the layup, but a good look. Running the half-court trap is Alchesay now. Viaba with the ball, pass to the corner, and it is tipped by Suttle, who's been all over the place defensively in a little bit of foul trouble. But inbounding for the Cougars is McVeigh. And she will pass into Viaba, but dangerous pass as Burnett will tip the ball out of bounds. Excuse me, was it Burnett who had a great start to the second half? It was Burnett who immediately had, I think, 6 points. And to inbound again is McVeigh. And up to Wheeler at the top of the key. Alchesay still in the trap. Pass to the middle. And it looks like the ball will be tipped, and another jump ball as Alexis Allred is tangled up a little bit and the ball has the ball tipped and swatted at. But it'll be Lady Cougar ball underneath the basket. McVeigh once again underneath to inbound for the Lady Cougars. Into Allred, who does a nice turnaround jumper, but a miss. Rebound by McVeigh. She'll put up a shot and is fouled.
Well, that's just good inside play by the Lady Cougars. They get the ball inside and keep it inside, ultimately drawing the foul. And a key foul here, it's on Felicia Suttle. That'll be her 4th personal for the Lady Falcons.
And McVeigh will put up her first shot, and it is no good. Rolls in and out. And looks like Megan Reedhead will check in now for Mia Gruder. And McVeigh now with her second attempt. And that one also a miss. McVeigh goes 0 for 2. And it looks like, oh, ball worked in now. And turnover by the Falcons.
It's just a bad pass by number 22, Lainey Loopy, trying to get it to one of her teammates cutting down the floor. Just not a well-placed pass, will go out of bounds, so Shuttle will take the ball here at half court.
And Wheeler with the ball, Shy Wheeler. And Shy Wheeler really being quiet in the second half. McVeigh pass over to Viaba, little miscommunication there. And it'll be a push by Felicia Suttle.
That'll be her 5th. By my count anyway, that's her 5th personal. And so she'll come out, and number 23 for the Lady Falcons, Yvette George, will come back in.
And Felicia Suttle will foul out. I'm surprised they didn't sub her earlier. It looks like they were risking her being able to keep playing. Viaba passed in from McVeigh. Kick back out to McVeigh. Great kick. Open for the 3, but no good. Rebounded by the Falcons, but Wheeler will steal it back away, and she'll take it all the way to the hoop for another layup.
Coast to coast by Wheeler, just great defense again, and then she's able to run the floor free of any defenders to get that easy layup.
And Yvette George puts up another 3, but is no good.
Nice bounce pass inside.
And a bounce pass inside from Selena Henry on the offensive rebound to number 20, Tixira Klitzo. And that will bring it back to 17 points. Pass inside to Wheeler. Ball is tipped by Selena Henry, and Wheeler will tip it out of bounds. Falcon ball once again. We have 50 seconds.
Gotta say, Wheeler for Sholo is just all over the floor, either defensively or offensively. Just a very energetic, very skillful player for the Lady Cougars.
Definitely. And Alchesay working on breaking that trap, that half-court trap of Sholo's. And number 22, Lainey Loopy, will be shooting 2. Not sure who the foul is on.
Looked like it was Lisa McVeigh, number 23, her first personal.
So her first personal, not by any means in foul trouble. Lupe, though, no good on her first attempt. And still a 17-point ball game with 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Lupe now on her second attempt. And a few substitutions here for the Cougars. It'll be no good, but a great effort by Juliana Burnett, and Brianna Cooper will tip it out. So it'll still be the Falcons' ball. And Lupe over to Selena Henry, who was just in and out and looks like Devin Zatar with the rebound tries to go. They call a foul, but
they're going to call number 3 for Alchesay, Selena Henry, for the push against Zatar. So Sholo will maintain possession with just about 25 seconds left here in the quarter.
Brianna Cooper and Mia Gruder back into the game. Ball over to Zatar, pass to the baseline, to Gruder. A great shot and a great pass from Zatar. And Selena Henry will push the ball, though. And Yvette George puts up another three just in and out. Great offensive rebound. Tip back in by Juliana Burnett over to Lainey Loopy. And the hustle from Burnett to tip it back underneath the basket to Lupe, who puts up a shot and is fouled. She'll be shooting 2. And her first attempt she puts up is good. After 0 for 2, she makes her first one on these shots.
Well, that was a great move by Loopy. After getting the pass, she fakes like she's going to move back outside to the corner, get the defender to drift a little bit, and then she cuts quickly back into the key to put up the shot and draw the foul.
And it looks like Loopy will put up her second free throw, and an offensive rebound stolen away from Tixira Klitzo. And the Cougars lucky they didn't give up another offensive rebound of the Falcons there. But nevertheless, a 16-point game as we head into the fourth quarter. And we will take a break here with Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
Orthodontist Dr. Joshua Beeler has been providing family-friendly orthodontics in Show Low and the entire White Mountains since 2006. If you need braces, stop in and see the friendly folks at Beeler Orthodontics and meet their professional staff. Dr. Beeler and his team have the latest in orthodontics technology, and they work with each patient individually to custom tailor the most effective treatment plan for the best results. Beeler Orthodontics is a proud sponsor of high school sports. Beeler Orthodontics, live to smile, love your smile.
Welcome back to Show Low, Arizona, as the Lady Cougars host the Alchesay Falcons, and it is 56-40 in favor of the Falcons. Hey, if you're looking for an education, look at Northland Pioneer College. When it comes time to kick off your college education, choose the college with the lowest tuition in Arizona. And a 16-point lead here, though, in this game. Beginning of the fourth quarter, Alchesay will have possession of the ball into Yvette George at the top of the key. Cougars will stick with their half-court trap, but looks like it'll be over to Diamond Bahi on the baseline. And it looks like Bahi ending up with the ball over on the baseline again, working around. The Falcons look like they're just trying to waste time. Yvette George at the top of the key over to Diamond Bahi, or excuse me, Henry over to Bahi, and they're just working it up top, back to Yvette George, top of the key, and she will drive all the way in. A great look, but rebound by Brianna Cooper. Floating pass over to Shy Wheeler, who will have it tipped by Diamond Bahi over to Yvette George. And Yvette George will take it all the way to the hole. Nice move by Yvette George, who has, I believe, almost 20 points in this game. And it looks like pressure from the Falcons immediately on the inbound, but Shy Wheeler nevertheless gets the ball. Falcons still running a trap, looks like here. Wheeler at the top, pass over to Sandoval, into Gruder on the baseline, and eventually makes its way over back to Sandoval in the middle of the key, and it'll be 2 points there for Sandoval. Great buckets. That took 16-point lead for the Falcons.
That was just great ball movement by the Lady Cougars. You know, they're facing a zone defense from the Falcons. They'll shift, will the Falcons, and they bring a lot of backside help as well. But with that ball movement, they're able to find the open player in the middle of the key. Sandoval with a nice turnaround. Coach will quickly call a timeout, obviously being down 42-58 here in the start of the fourth. She's going to want to get some tempo from her girls here. Alchesay, we saw them in their last possession slow it down in terms of not taking open shots. Looks like they're going to want to burn as much clock as they can. That's, I'm sure, another topic of discussion in that Sholo huddle.
I love it. And it looks like ball is inbounded for Alchesay. Coming out of the timeout by the Cougars, pass down to Parker, who's at the top of the key, pass back up, still high up, close to half court, up to George, who passes to Bahi. Great steal, though, from Megan Reedhead, who will pass over to Zatar across court, pushing the ball, and it looks like they'll call an offensive foul on Zatar there. And Arlana Henry, I think, took that charge.
Yeah, you can hear the crowd. I'm with the crowd on that one. There was contact, but to me, Zatar had the lane. She did the right thing, went up strong, but they will call her for the offensive foul.
Definitely, and looks like Diamond Bahi, top of the key again, wasting time. Looks like they're stalling, taking as much time off the clock as possible. Kosei at the top, over to Bahi once again, just rotating around that three-point line, over to Yvette George. Takes it over, pass to Arlana Henry, nice. But they work it inside. Over to Diamond Bahi, who misses. Rebound by Parker, and then it'll be a foul on, I believe, Bahi. And great hustle by Brianna Cooper.
Bahi, her third personal, but that's Alchesay, just as you say, they're weaving the ball up top, patiently pulling that Sholo defense out, and once they do, they find the open player down on the baseline. Good pass, good shot, just couldn't get it to drop.
Megan Reedhead this time bringing the ball down into Brianna Cooper, but great pressure from Yvette George, who gets the steal down to Parker for the layup. Great defense there by the Falcons to make it an 18-point game. And Reedhead will bring it back down, picks up her dribble, has over to Cooper at the top of the key, over to the wing, passes inside to Adams, who checks back in for the Cougars. Tip back in by Cooper, over to Gruder, back to Reedhead. Also back to Zatar, who drives the baseline. Lots of ball movement here from the Cougars. Shy Wheeler now to check in for Megan Reedhead.
Well, that's Zatar again, as you say, going baseline, just trying, and she does beat the defender, but unfortunately steps out of bounds. So good defense by Alchesay, pushing her all the way to that baseline to force her out of bounds.
And looks like Alchesay will continue with their stall. Arlana Henry at the top of the key, over to Parker, and it looks like Alchesay will call a timeout. And I do believe it is a full timeout, so they are taking a break, and we will take one with them. This is a Sholo Ford presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
I got this. Don't take time out of your busy day. Let Mountain Mobile Auto Glass come to you. All our technicians are certified by the National Auto Glass Safety Council. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass will give you $50 cash, free movie passes, and free dinner.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass, cash back to you.
Maze Hardware in Sholo, Pine Top, and Hebrew Overgard.
Welcome back. We're in Sholo, Arizona, as the Lady Cougars host the Alchesay Falcons. Falcons now with an 18-point lead in the middle of the fourth quarter here. And great defensive play by the Falcons to continue to keep their double-digit lead. To inbound for the Falcons, it will be Parker into George at the top of the key. Alchesay so far been stalling, just rotating around the three-point line. Pass over to Bahi, who dribbles up to the top of the key. Pass to the same spot from Parker, who passes back up to George. Pass over to Kosei on the other side, who passes up above her to Bahi, and they just keep rotating around that three-point line. And back over to George. Zatar goes for the steal, and Kosei will put up the shot, tipped though by Mackenzie Adams, and it'll be Alchesay ball underneath the basket. And Parker to inbound for the Falcons. Tries to get it out to George, but Shy Wheeler once again defensively hustling. Tips the ball out of bounds though. It'll be Falcon ball once again over on the side this time. And Yvette George will take the ball out now. Up to Selena Henry at the top of the key. Screen from Parker. Back to Yvette George behind the back. Crossover. Yeah. Some fancy dribbling there. She passes off to Diamond Bahi, who dribbles to the top.
Nice
to Selena Henry. who drives the key and then has a beautiful dish to Diamond Bahi, fouled by...
I think that's going to be on 24, Mackenzie Adams. If so, that'll be her 5th personal.
And that will be it for her. Strong start for Adams.
As you described, Selena Henry just doing an outstanding job setting that up. She penetrates from the top of the key into the lane, pulls the defender to her, and just a nice dish pass to 24 Diamond Bahi. She's not able to get the shot off cleanly because of the foul, but she will go to the line here to shoot 2.
And her first free throw attempt is no good off the back of the rim. Bahi here. Great hustle from Bahi. And her second shot looks like a lane violation on the Falcons.
Yeah, that's the second time we've seen that tonight. Just Little Eager trying to get into the key there for the rebound. And so it'll be a turnover for the Falcons.
It will, and Kyra Viaba now checks in for the Cougars. Shy Wheeler bringing the ball down, now across half court. Over to McVeigh on the wing outside the three-point line. Kicks in to Viaba, and Viaba will have it stolen by Yvette George once again, who crosses half court. And Shy Wheeler will tip the ball. Great hustle, but stolen back by Yvette George. Pass intended. Trying to get it over to Viaba, but Yvette George there to pick it off. Oh, and a mean crossover by Selena Henry. And now into Lupe, back over to George from Henry. Working the top of the key now, just stalling. 3 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. And pass down low, though, to Yvette George. A jump ball.
They're going to say ball contact by the defender, and that's Shy Wheeler again playing against George, the high point scorer for both teams tonight. Just doing an outstanding job defensively to get the ball back for the Lady Cougars. Shy
Wheeler, great hustle there. She also brings the ball down. And still trapping, tipped by Yvette George, picked up by Bahi, passed back to George, who dribbles across half court and tries to get it to Selena Henry for the layup. And ball was tipped by Devin Zatar and out of bounds. Falcons will now have it underneath the basket. And it looks like Lupe will take it out for the Falcons. And Maya Gruder back in for the Cougars, subbing in for Alyssa McVeigh. And here is Lupe, passes into Kosei, who's also checks back into the game. And Burnett also looks like she came back into the game, but she will turn it over to Cooper, who then turns it over on a cross-court pass to George. And then Wheeler steals the ball excuse me, from George, and it looks like they'll call a foul?
No, this is going to be a turnover by Wheeler. Carried her pivot foot on the travel.
Okay. So Falcons with the ball against Selena Henry up top. Pass over to Lupe up top. Passes back to George, who now has dribble penetration. Tipped by a slew of Cougars, and looks like the Falcons end up back with the ball, but Gruder back to create a jump ball. Nevertheless, Falcons ball once again. Falcons have had most of the possessions here in the second half, really done a good job of not wasting time, but stalling, and it looks like it will be a full timeout. They're taking a break, so we'll take one with them. This is Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
When you think glass, think Deemer's Glass in Lakeside. Deemer's Glass offers the best selection of quality glass with affordable prices. They do full home window packages, replacement windows, custom shower doors and enclosures, custom mirrors in many shapes, styles, and colors, glass doors and hardware, commercial glass for buildings and offices, skylights, screens, fire-rated glass for your fireplace or stove, window film, and more. Visit Deemer's Glass today on Porter Mountain Road in Lakeside or call 1-888-GLASSMAN.
A foul, Yvette George shooting 2 for the Falcons. And it looks like they're in the bonus now. Shy Wheeler with the last foul. And it looks like a little bit of confusion here. And Yvette George will actually continue to shoot her free throws. And it's a 1-and-1 play and a miss. But rebound by Burnett. And pass back out to George, who turns it over. Reedhead with the steal, but Selena Henry back with the steal, quickly back down to Burnett, who has her own offensive rebound after going. And Gruder now pushing the ball, getting the rebound. And it looks like she'll lose the ball out of bounds underneath the basket. Great hustle from Gruder. An 18-point game with 1:42 left to go. And ball inbounded to Selena Henry, who gets it over to Lupe. Pass across into the key. Pass inside to, it looks like number 12, Devani Cougars. And she will be fouled on the shot, so it will be 2 fouls. And not sure who the foul was on, but nevertheless, Cougars will put up 2.
Kyra Vilava on the foul. I think that's her first personal for the game.
Kyra Vilava on that. And Cougars will miss her first free throw. Into the game now is Whitney Walker for the Falcons for Juliana Burnett. And Cougars now on her second attempt. And it is good to make it a 19-point game for the Falcons. 1.5 minutes left. Shy Wheeler brings the ball down at the top of the court. Half-court trap from the Falcons, but pass over to Gruder, who will dish over to Zatar on the baseline. Great pass from Gruder. It's 2 points for Zatar, and it looks like the Cougars will now have a full-court press. And the Falcons now working on that press. And they will get it across half court over to Selena Henry. Back over to Yvette George in the corner. Trapped now, but she'll dribble her way out of it. Drive into the key, and she'll just bring it right back out in order to stall. And Yvette George over to Selena Henry. Really working that three-point line and that rotation for this stalling formation. Over to Walker, who decides to put up a shot. And rebound Wheeler, who looks like she's going to take it all the way. Coast to coast, puts up a layup, misses. Rebounded by Cougars, out to Selena Henry. Back down to Cougars. And it looks like they'll pull it out. 18 seconds left in this one. They're going to let the Cougars come at them. And Lupe pass over to Yvette George, who holds the ball. With 5 seconds left, pass over to Cougars, up to Selena Henry, and that'll be the game. Alchesay Falcons with the win, 61-44. Great game here up in Show Low, Arizona, but Lady Falcons will take care of business up here in Show Low, Arizona. And we will now take a break before our post-game show. And this is Show Low Forward's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com.
It's easy to see why the Ford F-150 is the #1 selling truck in America. For more than 40 years, no other truck has even come close. And Sholo Ford is hands down the best place to buy your next vehicle. Just take a look at Guy Hatch's promise. He won't be beat on any deal on any new Ford in the state of Arizona. And on top of that, you'll get a lifetime engine warranty. Go to SholoFord.com or visit them on the east end of the Deuce. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center is a proud supporter of high school sports. Many of our local sports players were born at the hospital, where Summit Obstetrics offers comfortable individual rooms for mom and baby. In case of a sports injury, the hospital ER is always staffed and prepared to take on the most serious injuries, and Summit features an advanced diagnostics department with state-of-the-art equipment. The Summit Healthcare orthopedic and therapy teams can help sports players overcome injuries and return to the game. Summit Healthcare Regional Medical Center wishes all players a successful and healthy season this year. Sunrise Park Resort is open more days this summer and 7 days a week during July and August. New this summer is the Sunrise Zipline Tour. 6 lines of fast, zipping fun. Bring the family for scenic lift rides, mountain biking and bike rentals, a tube slide, airbag jump, climbing wall, and archery targets. Stay at the Sunrise Hotel or rent a motorboat or kayak at the Sunrise Lake Marina. Visit the general store for all your camping and fishing supplies. For specific days of operation, call 735-7669 or go to sunriseskipark.com.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
All right. Could you put some wood on it?
In today's challenging economy, having a college education is a must. Northland Pioneer College is here to help you prepare for your future. NPC is committed to providing you with the highest quality education with the lowest tuition cost in the state. We offer a variety of advanced learning classes to prepare you for a transfer or associate's degree, personal interest education, or earning your GED.
Contact an academic advisor for more information. Go online at npc.edu.
All right, welcome back to Sholo, Arizona for the post-game show. And Northland Pioneer College here. Hey, if you want to start off your education, choose the college with the lowest tuition, which is Northland Pioneer College. Also, after the game, if you want to head over to Nail and Wings, they're open after the game. Into a scoring summary of the Sholo Cougars and the Lady Falcons.
So quickly with the Cougars, Devin Zatar finishes with 8, Mia Gruler with 4, Shai Wheeler leading all scores for Sholo with 11, Brianna Cooper with 8, Alex Sandoval with 2, Lisa McVeigh with 7, Mackenzie Adams, who fouled out tonight, she ends up. And then on the Falcons side, Colin Parker with 2, Devani 1, Arlana Henry with 2, Felicia Suttle with 2, Tixera Clisto with 4, Lainey Lupi with 4, Juliana Burnett with 9, Diamond Bahi finishes tonight with 6, and the leading scorer for all players and our player of the game tonight for the Lady Falcons, Yvette George. Just a big force offensively, obviously, for the Alchesay Falcons. I think she ends up with 5 3-pointers tonight, but even defensively, we saw her just doing an outstanding job stealing the ball and creating a lot of opportunities for the Lady Falcons. So Yvette George, congratulations for being the player of the game.
The Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store player of the game, Yvette George with a great game. Also, Deemer's Glass Man of the Game, that's the big man award for the game, and that will go to Juliana Burnett, who was in double figures, lots of big boards, lots of big plays. She immediately had 6 points, I think, coming out in the second half to give the Alchesay Falcons, I think, their boost they needed for the second half.
Just a great post player down low. She can also go out to the perimeter, as a lot of these Lady Falcons can do, but she was a definite presence. Made a big difference tonight for the Lady Falcons.
Definite presence there. And it looks like we are going to wrap it up for tonight as the Sholo Cougar boys get ready for the Alchesay Falcons. A great game here, and looks like pregame here as they're getting ready. Really going to be a great matchup athletically.
Absolutely. Both teams we would expect to run tonight, so it should be a great basketball game.
Definitely should be a great game. But hey, thank you for tuning in with us for the Lady Cougars hosting the Alchesay Falcons, and the Falcons will come out on top 61-44. This has been Sholo Ford's presentation of high school basketball on iTalk 106.7 and iTalk106.7.com. We'll see you next time.
This has been Sholo. This is high school basketball.
Here comes Potter. 3, 2. He's got to get it off. I don't know if he's got it off. He got it.
end up right back into Dixon's hand. Dixon will find Martin on the three-point line, and Martin will hit it and tie the game. Adam Reek for the coach of Blue Ridge trying to pump up his team as they trail by 11.
And with 3 minutes left here in the first, Snowflake's got a 1-point lead and the basketball. Crosby knocks down a three.
High school basketball is presented by Sholo Ford on iTalk 1067 and online at iTalk1067.com. Produced by White Mountain Youth Productions in cooperation with iTalk 1067 FM. High school basketball is also brought to you in part by Northland Pioneer College, Ace Hardware the White Mountains, Black Diamond Auto Glass, Sunrise Park Resort, Honda Outdoor Ski and Sports Store, Deemer's Glass, Beeler Orthodontics, Summit Regional Medical Center, Octopus Car Wash, Native Grill and Wings, and Mountain Mobile Auto Glass. And now, Sholo Ford presents High School Basketball.
This is High School